Exodus 1. Let's start reading from verse 6. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation, and the children of Israel were fruitful, and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was full of them, was filled with them. And there arose a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. Let me say this to you as a word of encouragement. As God lifts you in life, you will meet people who will pretend like they don't know about your exploit. It is not because your exploit is small, it's because their mind is small. When you meet such people, embrace them and help their esteem. Is that okay now? The mark of Joseph was so loud, it will take pretense to ignore it. But this guy deliberately said, who is Joseph? Is he an Egyptian? No, forget about him. All right? And the reason why he did that is clear. There arose up a new king. You didn't know Joseph. We too, we don't know him. All right, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more. Somebody say more. That's the first. Population. And mightier. Might now talks about their capability, their strength as a people. Look at it. They are more and mightier than we. Come on. Let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it comes to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taxmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom, Ramses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with a rigor, and made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in bricks, and in all manner of service in the field, and all their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor. That was what they did. Okay? I showed you this during crossover. When Pharaoh observed them, they had two dimensions of growth. The first is numbers. The second is strength. When they dealt with them, there was no more conversation about strength. What was left was what? Numbers. So you can see that with African nations. They have the power. They used to have what it takes to be world power. And then they dealt with them. Now you hear the most populous this and the most populous that. Because affliction takes away might and leave you with numbers. You must understand that. Affliction takes away might and leaves you with what? Numbers. Never trivialize sufferings. Even when the suffering is gone, the man may still be suffering from the effect. And I've shared some of my funny stories that I suffered. But there's no trophy for suffering. Because if all of us start arguing now, say, I suffered more than you. They are not necessary. But you'll discover that even when that season is over, you still have the tendency or the ability to do to yourself what your affliction did to you. Let's assume. Let's use the Nigerian one. Simple one. Okay? When you go to the market and buy meat, the sizes you cut them to, is it your affliction to your oppressors that are doing that? No. You have continued from where they stopped. That's the orientation. Affliction does it to a level. You will do it better. They afflicted them. Okay? And they never recovered. At some point, they were saying that we miss the garlics, the cucumbers, the melon, and the leeks in Egypt, plus the chains. Because when a man goes through the furnace of affliction, he loses his self-perception. And that's why I've come to announce again. You are not your problems. Every challenge you are facing or that you are faced only came to pass. And be careful of your bargains while you are in it, because you may bargain your worth out of it. Is that clear now? Very important. Okay? I teach people some business principles. Don't make bargains when you are too excited. You may sell yourself. If you are going to discuss business with somebody, person talking fast, giving you things that will make you excited, you will sign contract, you will discover I did not read it. Because you are not calming down. And don't make bargains when you are down. Okay? Because little things will communicate your essence. You must understand that. So, this is a real thing. The devil has tried it again and again, and guess what? It is working. The devil has done that across scriptures again and again, and it is working.